is my son, the beloved, listen to him. My dear sisters and brothers, today we celebrate the feast of the Transfiguration of the Lord. And I'm sure we are all used to masquerades, or what we call in the local parlance, kakamotobi. You have seen some before, right? And when you see them with their mask on, they are human beings like us who disguise themselves under the mask. And so their appearance outwardly is different. Now, that has nothing to do with their inward disposition. Today, in contrast, the church celebrates the Feast of the Transfiguration. The Transfiguration of the Lord begins as an inner transformation that shows forth through Jesus, and outwardly, his clothes became dazzlingly white. And the apostles were so amazed at what they saw that Peter had to say something. Scripture tells us that Peter did not know what to say. But if you know Peter's character, he's very erratic, so he had to say something. He said, "Oh Lord, it's good. Rabbi, it's good we are here. We'll make 3 tents for you." And meanwhile, 2 people are mentioned who appeared, Elijah and Moses. And traditionally, Moses is the lawgiver, right? And Elijah is who? The prophet who fought the false god. So these 2 people come and they were talking to Jesus. So just imagine you are one of the 3 that Jesus sent up the mountain. And then Jesus was transfigured before you. And then you see Moses and Elijah, who were long gone. Now they are with Jesus. How will you react? Will you blame Peter for what he said? You would also want to say something. But the central lesson of the Transfiguration is the voice that came from heaven. And what did the voice say? "This is my son, the beloved. Listen to him." So number 1, the voice from heaven, the voice of God, confirmed Jesus as his son. And then because he is the son, God says, "Listen to him." Now, there are a lot of things we are hearing around here, right? You can hear the symphony orchestra on the street, right? From the siren of whoever is passing or whoever is sick, they are sending to the hospital. So in the world, we are surrounded with a lot of things we hear. But it's not everything that we hear that we must listen to. We all know that there is a difference between hearing and listening. So how many times don't parents say to their children, "Kweku, you are not listening to me. Your child is right before you. He's hearing you, but he's not listening." On what occasion will the parent say that? Or even a teacher at school. He say, "Hey, you in the corner, you are not listening." It's because they are hearing, but they are doing something different. So listening, it's more important than hearing. Because we hear and we take into action what we hear, and then we will qualify as people who listen. So God is telling us today that we should listen not just to anybody, but to his beloved son. That's a very difficult task. Now go through. Okay, the microphone didn't want you to listen to me. So we can't go through all those occasions. But today for the feast, I just want each one of us to identify one area where we find it difficult to listen to Jesus. If I say I will give you a list, we will never leave here. But each one of us, in the quiet moment of this Mass, throughout the rest of the day, Ask yourself, where is that one area that I find it difficult to listen to Jesus? What is it that is preventing me from listening to him? Remember, listening is not only hearing, but carrying it out. Because Jesus later will say, it is not those who call me Lord, Lord, who enter the kingdom, but who? Those who do the will of my Father. And the will of the Father is that you and I will listen. So let's spend today and pray that God will give us the grace to overcome that obstacle that is preventing us from listening. And when we do that, we will experience an inner transformation which the transfiguration is calling for, and that will show forth in our everyday work. This is my beloved Son. Listen to him.